It's another day's journey, and I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad about it. I'm glad. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad. You know, I'm so glad to be here. Hello there. How y'all doing today, baby? This is Miss Cleotha Parks, and I'm coming back to y'all again. Listen, I tell you, it is so good to be amongst the land of the living, and I always have to thank the Lord that last night my bed was not my cooling board, and my covers was not my winding sheets. Now that is truly a blessing. Listen, today I want to talk to y'all about something that they call caller ID spoofing. And what that is sometimes you might get a call at your house and your caller ID might be a familiar phone number to you, or it might be like a familiar name, or it might be a familiar business name or something like that. But when you pick up the phone, it ain't those people at all. I was watching the news the other day, and I come across a news story where a couple had received a phone call from what they thought was their local courthouse, because it had the courthouse number and everything. And when they answered the phone, somebody was on the other line and telling them that they was in trouble because they missed jury duty. And that in order to get out of trouble, that they had to send in money to get out of trouble for missing jury duty. Now, if you've listened to some of my videos before, you might be saying to yourself, now that don't sound right. And you are exactly right, honey, because it don't sound right. First of all, you get those jury notices, those jury duty notices in the mail. And furthermore, nobody charges you money to serve on a jury. And if they did, it's a scam. If you miss the jury duty, honey, they probably gonna notify you by mail. And then you could actually just go right up to your local courthouse and inquire about it, and they'll just schedule you for a new jury duty date. Ain't nobody in their right mind at the courthouse going to be telling you over the phone that you got to pay a such and such amount of money to get out of trouble for missing jury duty. Now, this couple that I was watching, they fell for it, and my heart cried out for them, because they ended up paying a whole lot of money to these people before they realized that this was a scam. And that's money, honey, that they're not going to get back. So I say this on this video to hopefully help you, realize that just because the caller ID says something that you're familiar with, or says somebody's name that you're familiar with, don't necessarily mean that that's who it is on the other end of that phone. So don't go giving people information just because you see a familiar number. Don't go sending people money just because you see a familiar number. Investigate this stuff yourself. Make phone calls and visits yourself if somebody calls you from your doctor's office, or what you think is your doctor's office, and it just don't sound right, because generally, honey, your doctor's office ain't asking you for a lot of information, because if it's your doctor, they got all that stuff on file. If it don't sound right, honey, hang up the phone and dial your doctor's number yourself and find out if it was really them calling you. 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you it wasn't, okay? Now listen, I hope this opens your eyes and gives you some precautions that you can take when you see these things. Remember, just because that number or that name looks familiar, don't mean it's the person that you think it is. All right? Now listen, y'all say something nice to somebody. Do something nice for somebody, and I guarantee you, baby, God will surely bless you. All right, be safe, baby, and be blessed.